Hey everyone! So today, we are diving into the world of really big numbers. We're going to tackle multiplication and division, but, not in that boring way you might remember from school. Nope, we're going to load you up with some serious math hacks that'll make you faster, smarter, and way more confident.
You know that feeling, right? You see this huge string of numbers, and your brain just kind of goes, nope. It just wants to shut down. But what if I told you there are simple ways to conquer even the most intimidating math problems out there? Okay, let's jump right in with a real-world example. Imagine this. 4,614 vehicles pass over a bridge every single day. So, how many cross that bridge in a whole year? That's 4,614 times 365. Whoa, that looks huge, right? But don't worry, we've got a plan.
All right, first things first. We've got to cover the classic, the reliable method that is never going to let you down. This is vertical multiplication, and trust me, it's your foundation.
So how does it work? Well, it breaks that big, scary number down into smaller, easy pieces. We take our 4,614 and multiply it by each part of 365. First, you multiply by 5. Then you multiply by 60 for the tens place, and finally by 300 for the hundreds place. The last step? You just add those three answers together. Simple. And boom, there it is. Over 1.5 million vehicles in a single year. See, when you break it down like that, the giant problem becomes totally manageable. This method, this is your rock.
But what if you want to be faster? What if you want to solve these things with a little more, style? Okay, lean in close, because now we get to the really good stuff, the shortcuts.
Okay, check this out. This slide gives you a choice. Look at that problem. 89,753 times 1,999. Now, the hard way involves a ton of steps, but the smart way sees that 1,999 is really close to 2,000. It's just one number away. And this is where the magic happens. Instead of a messy multiplication with 1,999, you just multiply by 2,000, which is way easier because of all the zeros, and then you just subtract one group of 89,753 from your answer. Two simple steps instead of a total mess. How cool is that?
Then hey, here's another tool for your kit, the horizontal method. You can break a number down this way too. So multiplying by 1514 is the same as multiplying by 1,000, then by 500, then by 10, then by 4, and just adding it all up. It's all about finding the angle that just clicks for you.
All right, we've put numbers together. Now let's pull them apart. Think of it this way. Division is just the flip side of multiplication. It's all about sharing.
So, let's picture this scenario. A school collects 8,275 taka, that's their currency, for educational materials, and they need to share it equally among 45 students. To figure out how much money each student gets, we've got to divide.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Long division, the big, bad monster of math class, right? But here's the secret. It's not a monster. It's a puzzle, and it's got a very simple repeating pattern. Once you learn the pattern, you can solve literally any division problem.
And this is the secret code right here. It's just 4 little steps that you do again and again and again. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's the rhythm. You just keep repeating those 4 steps until you can't bring down any more numbers. That's it. So when you finish the puzzle, what do you actually have? Well, you've got 2 parts. The quotient is your main answer. That's how much each person gets. And the remainder is just the little bit that's left over at the end, the part that was too small to be shared equally.
Now, this might just be my favorite part of the whole thing. How do you know, really know for sure that you got the right answer? Well, you don't have to guess. There's a way to check your own work and be 100% confident.
This little formula right here, this is your secret weapon. It's the golden rule for checking your work. The number you started with should be equal to the number you divided by times your main answer plus whatever was left over.
So let's put it to the test. If we divide 6,674 by 214, we get an answer, a quotient of 31 with a remainder of 40. Now, according to our formula, we need to check if 214 times 31 plus that leftover 40 gets us back to where we started. And does it? Yes, it works perfectly. We've covered some seriously powerful methods, but I've been saving the easiest, most satisfying little hack for last. You ready for this?
This is just awesome. When you're dividing by a nice round number like 10 or 100 or 1,000, forget all that other stuff. If your number ends in zeros, you just get to cancel them out. Dividing by 100? Just knock off 2 zeros from your number. It is literally that easy.
So look at you now. Let's recap the amazing new toolkit you've got. You have solid vertical multiplication for reliability, you've got that slick rounding up trick for pure speed, you've got the puzzle-solving pattern for long division, the fact-check formula so you can always be confident, and that lightning-fast shortcut for a little flash of genius. You're ready for anything.
And that's really the big idea here, isn't it? Math isn't just a rigid set of rules. It's a creative process. It's about looking at a problem and choosing the best, smartest, or even the most fun tool for the job. So, with this new toolkit in hand, what problem are you going to solve next?